Everything okay, boss?
I'd kill for a mirror that worked while we had our tentacles and armor. But alas.
Oh, I had it with these guys, Jackie. We gotta put an end to this.
That's the plan, Vin.
Let me know what you need me to do.
Sit tight. I'm gonna check in with Johnny.
Anything you say, boss. And when you're ready to put these fucks down, you say the word.
Well, considering the cleaners didn't do anything during the 4 days that we were dead, they sure put in a lot of work during that disastrous funeral. They even put Jenny's shrine back together. You'd hardly know there was a massacre here. There's Dolfo. If we were to go visit him right now, we would be able to play both of his mini-games until we got a high enough score to impress him to get that achievement. That I don't care about.
Hey, Jackie. Damn. What a mess.
It certainly could look a lot worse. They even put up the goddamn chandelier. And the whole skylight, with its elaborate lattice holding it in place. Except for a few gunshots. Pretty good work. Chief's as chatty as ever.
Take your medicine. It ain't poison just because they say it is. You look at the four faces of evil. One's always turned away from you. These frickin' pricks are everywhere. Egypt, Rome, Greece. You see what happened in Bosnia the last 10 years? You think any of that's a coincidence? Nothing's ever substantiated. Crazy stuff. People in boats, lights, and water. All kinds of shit.
Jackie, I heard what happened. Jesus Christ.
I think I'm losing my fucking mind. I keep seeing that loony bin. And it's getting worse. I mean, it's like I'm losing time or something.
Jackie, listen to me. This is what the darkness does. It confuses you. So I'm thinking maybe it would be a nice time to go visit Hawaii or Fiji. Someplace nice, warm, and way the fuck away from these guys.
No. They're hauled up at the old boardwalk in Astoria. A place called Hellgate Field. Me and Jenny used to go there when we were kids. That's where I'm headed.
Jackie, you gotta think carefully. This could be a trick. The whole thing, it smells like a trap.
That's 'cause it is a trap, dummy, but I don't have a choice. I can't let it keep hurting Jenny.
Don't let them take the darkness, Jackie. You do that. We are all fucked.
What about the siphon?
You can't let the darkness have it. You do that. We are all, once again, fucked. Not even the Angelus could stop the darkness then.
Great. So I'm fucked either way. Listen, Johnny. Thanks for everything.
Anytime, Jackie. Just, never, ever, ever again. Okay?
Ah, the Angelus. It made up 10% of the unlockable concept art in the first game. Now we're finally going to learn a little bit about it.
When we were just talking, you said not even the Angelus could stop it. What does that mean? What's the Angelus?
The Angelus? You mean you don't know? Jackie, the Angelus is the complete and total opposite of the darkness. It's a creature of pure light. The Angelus and the darkness have been fighting since, well, I don't know, but a real long time, man. Nobody's seen it for a while, and you, of all people, should thank your lucky stars for that.
You said this Angelus thing made the siphon?
That's the rumor. Creature of pure light, weapon of pure light. Kinda makes sense, huh?
So this siphon... could it kill me?
Sure. If they killed it with the siphon, no way the darkness is gonna be able to repair that damage. You go straight to hell. No pass and go, no collecting your $200.
Yeah. Alright, thanks. Tell me more about this Angelus thing.
You mean besides the fact that it wants to kill you?
A little more than that would be helpful.
Alright, here goes. Everything the darkness is, the Angelus isn't. The darkness is, well, dark. The Angelus is light. Darkness wants chaos. Angelus wants order. Darkness needs a male host. Angelus needs a female. Guess that kind of explains why they've been fighting for Well, forever, I guess.
Female?
Yeah, you know, boobs, pocketbooks, shoes, female. I gotta draw you a picture?
You saying one day this broad's gonna show up wanting to kill me?
Yep, yep. Makes you feel any better. You're not the first guy to be in this situation. And you definitely won't be the last.
Terrific. Thanks again, Johnny.
No problemo.
What he didn't mention is that the Darkness and the Angelus once had sex. Not their wielders, the entities themselves. And in doing so, conceived the entity that would become the Witchblade. Also neglected to mention that they are as much equals as they are opposites. The Angelus also wants to take over the world. She just wants to take out her closest competitor first. So they're both evil, and the only thing that keeps the world from being destroyed is that neither of them succeeds in defeating the other. Because the Top Cow universe is very bleak and shitty.
Fuck. Did this all go shit-shaped in a hurry?
Not good, boss.
This is a bad deal, Jackie. A very bad deal. I've been talking to Vinny. Maybe we should lay low for a while. Let things settle down.
That's smart thinking. And all of you should do that. But I'm ending this. Tonight.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
It means I'm going by the old boardwalk up in Astoria. I have something there I need.
What's this all about, boss? Just say the word. Me and the boys are ready to bust some fucking balls. These pricks got the nerve to come in here?
No, Vinny. I put you guys at risk because of my thing. I'm not doing that again. I gotta do this on my own, alright?
Jackie, come on, I can't...
That's an order. Hear me?
You got some balls, kid.
Fellas, if I don't come back...
None of that, Jackie. I'll see you when you get back. Got it?
Might be a while before we come back. So we're flying solo for the mission that is the whole reason that I'm doing this Let's Play. I know I said I would do it at the end of the first Let's Play, but I canceled most of my LP plans at this point. What we're about to see is what uncanceled this plan.
When we was kids, Jenny and I were broke. But she always found a way to have a good time. One time for my birthday, she snuck us into a roller rink. Some kid was having a party and it was so big, they didn't notice a little girl helping herself to some cake and some presents. All for me. Best birthday I ever had. She snuck us into movie theaters, con our way into bars, whatever. And whenever we got busted, she was just as good at getting us out as she was getting us in. She could con her way out of anything. But I should have known. Luck like that can't last forever. That asshole better have been telling the truth.
That asshole being Bragg, boss of the previous level. It can be easy to forget the illustrious cast of villains that are designed solely to make Jackie look like a decent human being by comparison. Hellgate Field. It's an odd name for a carnival.
Jackie, over here.
Jenny? Jenny, wait!
Come on, I want to show you something.
This isn't real. You're not real.
Seeing Jenny's sneaking into places skills in action. Posthumously, of course. And there ain't much else to see.
Hey, Ratface, I know how we can get inside without paying.
But I want it to be real.
It deceives you.
Hey, we should sneak into the freak show. I promise you won't get scared.
Always knew I'd have a good time, didn't you, Jenny? I'm coming for you, baby. Just hold on.
Hello, monkey.
Right on time. Come on, let's go even up the score.
Of course, we can never be truly alone. The Darkling must follow us everywhere. It's very odd that they whittled all the Darklings down first to 4 in the first game, then down to 1 in the sequel. In the comics, there are about 1,000 named Darklings that have consistent personalities throughout the issues. Those personalities amount to things like poop jokes and, like, dressing up as General Patton and shit. But they're consistent nonetheless. I guess it's less irritating to have just one.
This place has really gone to shit.
This place doesn't look too bad. We've seen worse. And it does have a piece of Christian lore just lying about. The relics are a just wonderful collectible, but they make absolutely no sense.
We're almost there. Oh my god, you should see this place. So, are you gonna win me a prize, Ratface? I just love that big blue bear. It's so grumpy. It reminds me of you. Jackie, are you okay? What's wrong?
Come on, kid. I ain't got all day. You in or what?
Can you win me that big blue one? Pretty please? Win me a prize and I'll tell you a secret. But don't get any ideas.
We don't actually have a choice in the matter. We have to play this minigame. It is unskippable.
Wow, Jackie, you're really good at this.
It's another case where we just have to do a little shooting minigame for an achievement. And in this case, game progress, but even if we get no points, we'll still progress through the game. As far as I know, I don't think you can fail this.
Let's go, Ratface. Eyes on the prize.
And that is the goal for the achievement right there. 1,000 points.
One lucky winner. Here you go, kid.
Hey, that's not fair. I wanted the big blue one.
Hey, you want a big prize, you gotta keep winning, Toots. Step right up. Step right up. Everyone a winner. Win more to win bigger
Jenny,
prizes.
I gotta go. Jenny,
What's the matter, Jackie? You look a little distracted. Over here, Jackie. Over here. Jackie. Time to give up the darkness.
And now the shooting gallery becomes real. And fairly challenging. I believe this is the first time we're seeing the teleporting guys in the main game. They have a preposterous amount of health. It really blunts the impact of your guns when you just shoot them 1,000 times. And they just keep teleporting around. They're very, very hard to manage the first time they show up, which is right now. And especially because we only brought our basic pistols, which are terrible. All the pistols in this game are very useless. It's also hard to get guns in this area because the enemies hide in things like the popcorn stand. And there's lights everywhere. Hard to find weapons when you're blind. More lights coming on all the time. And the swarm refused to do what I needed it to. Picked off-screen targets instead of the guy who was attacking me. With our upgraded heart-eating ability, we now gain twice as much health from hearts as we do from health executions. Which is a little bit awkward. It's now incorrect to do health executions. They are too slow anyway. You scatter some bombs around. They'll make for easy kills, but you can usually only get one guy. And they bring in a van with its headlights on. Seen this move before.
Stay away.
And like the spotlights, they're really hard to hit. They only take one bullet. But, yeah.
You must rise again!
The big aura around the headlights makes it very hard to tell where the hitbox is. So we gotta play through this again. But we can see that this area is awfully Dandyland. From my one decent Let's Play of Splatterhouse, the 2010 remake. Where you also follow the ghost of Jenny through an abandoned, decrepit carnival. It's pretty much universally agreed to be the best part, and certainly the most memorable, of Splatterhouse 2010. Besides the rectal execution in that game, which this game also rips off. Darkness 2 was scheduled to be released in October of 2011. That's 1 year after the Splatterhouse remake, which is about enough time to crib the highlights, put them in your own game. After Splatterhouse failed miserably, they could certainly be realistic in their hopes of everyone forgetting that it ever existed. Now, it's not like Splatterhouse invented carnival levels or anything, but the similarities are much deeper than that. We're going to continue seeing new ones as we continue through this level. I'll leave the final verdict to you, if they truly took inspiration. But I think they did. Like I said, this game was released after several delays in February of 2012, further distancing it from Splatterhouse and any comparisons that it might have otherwise garnered. It seems like the developers, Digital Extremes, have a lot of trouble with feature creep. Most of their games get delayed, at least until Warframe came out. Now they just have a game that they can tweak forever. But the other game they're known for, Dark Sector, that was delayed by like 7 years or something ridiculous. Couldn't follow the full history, but it's a consistent issue of theirs. And you can see they tried way too hard with the visual design of this game. Hand painting everything must have been extremely difficult and time-consuming. We're going to see as we get towards the end of the game here that things get more padded. We're past the halfway point of the game, but the latter half seems to rely on you dying a lot more for added gameplay length. Now, added difficulty doesn't necessarily mean that a game is padded and incomplete. But again, in this case, in my opinion, seems to be about the size of things. For instance, these lights need to be taken out, so we have to follow the yellow cable. And to do that, we have to get past these bars that we have to destroy one at a time. When every previous blockade like this in the game, we were able to destroy all at once. And then we have to do it again. I can think of no good reason for why this would be implemented. And we're still one board short. All to destroy this panel and open the shutters. Well, let's at least look at what they were running from, besides us. In the direction they came from is another relic. A big-ass sword with a double blade. Yeah, the only level where the relics have kind of made sense was the graveyard. Because we found skull and human ashes. Everywhere else, it's just gibberish. Like, what are these things doing here? It's very surreal that everywhere Jackie walks, he seems to just stumble upon an object of unbelievable power. I'd almost be inclined to think that it's just Johnny making up ridiculous crap. But even still, there are swords just lying around all over the place. Even if they're not magical, they don't belong here. Well, there's our execution. Can never stray too far from one of those. Get a good look at the shield that it produces, since we really haven't so far. Love the placement of that propane tank, right at the feet of where a spotlight guy spawns in. Wish there was more stuff like that. Because of the upgrade we bought, our throws now cause corpses to explode, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure throws always kill the person who was thrown. But now they just evaporate into dust. It can be inconvenient if you need their heart, and you haven't eaten it already. In fact, there's an increasing number of ways to destroy bodies such that they do not leave behind a heart for you. Seems an almost accidental way to increase difficulty, but also it balances out some of our more ridiculously powerful moves. Gun channeling, for example. That doesn't leave behind a heart. Usually the teleporting guys have so much health that they just sort of flop over after you eventually do their entire health bar worth of damage. Sometimes, though, you can get the more satisfying kills on them. This spot is hard to navigate, for me at least. There's a bunch of different angles you can approach from. But while we're here, finally get the black hole. And nothing else. The black hole is another thing that will destroy bodies so thoroughly that they don't leave behind a heart for you. Right now, just searching around on top of the castle for where to go, which is not down here. I actually don't know why they made so much empty space up on top of the castle. I guess maybe the enemies stay up there and snipe at you. But I don't need to go there. Where I need to go is out the window next to the talent shrine, where the Darkling is. That gets us to this big, empty area. Maybe we'll have a nice picnic while we're here.
Come on, Jackie. We can win the big blue one right here.
Big prizes! Big prizes! Play big to win big! Here you go!
Jenny, I can't do this right now.
I promise I'll tell you that secret.
Here you go, kid!
How could you refuse an offer like that from such a pretty girl?
Win here and trade up to the big prize!
What the hell am I doing?
Good luck, kid! Play big to win big! We're rooting for you.
So here's our second required minigame. This one is actually much more difficult.
Why do I get the feeling you've done this before?
And if you shoot the bartender, you lose points. Shoot the sheriff, you lose points. It's not very well signposted which guys you're not supposed to shoot.
Open eye, Jackie.
Once again, pretty sure you can't fail it. But if you don't get the 1,000 points here as well, you do not get the achievement for 1,000 points on both minigames.
Who knew you were so good with a gun? Wow, you could make a career out of this.
Only made it halfway.
You did it! Oh my god! I can't believe it! You are so awesome!
Big winner, big winner. Way to go, kid. Step right up to claim the big prize.
Hey, Ratface. Remember that secret I was gonna tell you? I love you, Jackie Estacado.
Well, she threw away the teddy bear. But now we get to use it. And we're gonna need to. Because we're about to get attacked by just so many Brotherhood guys. Now we're going for the teddy assist. Into a Darkling beatdown.
Take your hands off me, bastard!
And an execution. An assecution even. For the triple humiliation. That guy did not deserve that much, that's for sure. Hadn't even seen that animation where the Darkling gets on top of a guy and pummels him. So that was kind of neat. Wonder how many other Darkling animations I missed by actively avoiding using the Darkling for anything. This section is all about prioritizing who you need to hit next. It's almost a rhythm game in that way. You need to see who the most immediate threat is, focus all fire on them, then move on to the next. Obviously the spotlight is going to be top priority. Whippers tend to be the next one. For teleporters, you can actually control them somewhat. Anytime you shoot them, they will teleport away pretty quickly to defend themselves. And while they're teleporting, they will not return fire for a couple of seconds, and usually they'll move far enough away that they can no longer shoot you accurately. So you don't have to kill teleporters, you just have to shoot them a couple of times and they'll go away. Carbine is our burst fire rifle. Very effective. Burns through ammo that we do not have. Then the shield guys, they make themselves the top priority. So they'll get right in your face no matter what you want. If you can save the swarm for them, it's the perfect tool. Completely renders their shield useless. I believe that is a spotlight guy and a light grenade hitting me at the same time. So that sucked. He's good and gone. Just take a pit stop for the relic, I guess. Wouldn't want to forget it. And this side area is a good place to hide.
I like pain! Stay away
I handled this section pretty well. In fact, I didn't die even once, which I'm kind of proud of. It is spectacularly difficult. I died a ton of times here. Probably my most deaths on any non-boss fight in the game. So I was very pleased to have gone through without any deaths. Pretty much my main hope when I started this Let's Play, to get through this specific fight in a decent, timely manner. And this level is so long that I've decided to split it in half. Roughly. The next part's a little shorter. So next time we're gonna go check out the freaks as we continue through Hellgate Field. And in the meantime, we've got some of the best relic stories in the whole game.
I hope you're not in a good mood, because if you are, I promise this is gonna shit all over it. This is the Lantern of St. Anthony, possibly the most misidentified item ever created. I don't mean people look at this lamp and say, that is a very luminescent club sandwich. What I mean is, most people see this lantern as a symbol of hope, but really, it's a symbol of soul-crushing despair. Now, the outer casing is only 80 years old, but the light inside the lantern goes back, about 1,000 years. In her war against the darkness, the Angelus sought an ever-burning light. She gathered the souls of 100 children butchered by the darkness, and bound them within a glass sphere. This combined lightness of being produced a blindingly powerful light, but only when the dead children felt like it. Turns out kids are fickle little bitches. The Angelus abandoned the sphere, totally apathetic towards the children still trapped inside. The sphere remained lost for quite some time until it was discovered by St. Anthony, the patron saint of lost things. Go figure! Anthony fastened it onto a lantern, believing it to be a gift from God. He was convinced the light would guide a traveler home, but usually it just led them over a cliff or into a bog. So yeah, St. Anthony used this lantern to unknowingly kill hundreds of innocent travelers, all because the Angelus thought the imprisoned souls of murdered children would make a cool weapon. Yay! Okay. Jeez. First off, holy shit. Second, do you know what these are? These are Af and Hema. That ring any bells? No? Okay. Well, then let me put it this way. There are 6 angels of death. You are currently holding 2 of them. Yeah. Okay. Their names are Af and Hema. Roughly, they translate to wrath and anger. It was on the 7th level of heaven that God bound Af and Hema with chains of fire and shadow, which was no small feat, mind you. These weren't your run-of-the-mill chubby cherubs. You know, the Af and Hema were roughly the size of a large volcano and packed 10 times the firepower. All right. Then again, God being God, you know, I guess it wasn't really a fair fight. But whatever. I'm getting off topic. Okay. As the story goes, the Angelus asked God for a weapon to aid her war against the darkness. God was in a giving mood that day, so he reforged Af and Hema into the flames of creation, all right? Tempering them down into blades. These blades, these right here. Now, some say the angels are still alive within the blades, and I tend to agree. Try all you like, but you can't separate them. No. Try taking only one of them out of this room. It might slip out of your hand, or you might just drop dead of a stroke. Now, you never know, but they will not be parted. We're talking peanut butter and jelly. Ham and cheese level of commitment here, man. Somewhere, somehow, Af and Hema are still bound by the chains of fire and shadow. Now this is the good stuff. The Abysmal Maw. Dark magic at its sexiest. Jeez, I'm getting hot just looking at it. The Abysmal Maw, or the Mawsome, as I like to call it, was carved directly from the gates of hell. Grip it in your right hand, then say the magic words, and the maw will unleash a blast of pure hellfire. Do you know what hellfire does? It destroys everything! And everything it destroys goes straight to hell. You could have killed Mother Teresa with this, and she even would have burned for eternity. The thing is, every time you use the maw, it burns away part of your soul as well. Most people only get 3 or 4 blasts before they wake up in hell. Theoretically, a darkness host could probably use it ad nauseum, you know, since your soul is already kinda in hell. Unfortunately, the maw no longer works because someone misplaced the magic words. Records show the Brotherhood were the last users of the maw, sometime around World War II. That means it's their fault that the world is far less awesome than it used to be. It almost makes me want to cry! You know, maybe next time before you tear 5 or 10 of them apart, you could, I don't know, ask if they remember the words?